So, you know Spider-Man from 2018, developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony? Well, actually before we start with this video, first, I want to thank my brother and my girlfriend for giving me this game for my birthday. It's probably the best birthday present I've gotten and I'm so grateful for having it. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even have this game. Maybe they're the reason why I'm reviewing it. And second, I wanna say that there will be some spoilers from the game, so if you don't want any of that, just buy it, buy the game, it's fucking amazing! Okay, if you don't care about any spoilers, here we go! So we start off with the plot, and the story in this game is so awesome! Well, obviously they had to change a few things from the comics so it can fit their storyline, but playing the game I always felt the presence of all kinds of Spider-Man related stuff, whether it would be a reference to a Spider-Man movie,
It totally worked last time!
or a Spider-Man video game. I always felt like Insomniac took all of the Spider-Man related stuff and combined them into the most perfect package it could be. And in the story, it really shows how much they care about Spider-Man. I also really like that they took a new direction in telling the story. Instead of starting with getting bitten by a spider and finding about his powers, we actually get to see Peter 8 years into being Spider-Man. He has left the Bugle, he still struggles with his rent, he has a job now, and that's not delivering pizzas by the way. Him and MJ are no more, to be honest, and just so much has happened overall. The game shows these changes in a very subtle way. And how the story starts off is just so good. So basically Peter just wakes up and after 8 whole years, the police finally has enough evidence to put the Kingpin behind bars, but he's like,
I'm the one who kept order in this city!
basically there's nobody to keep the other gangs in check now. So now there's an uprising group of criminals called the Demons that tries to take over the city by causing as much destruction as possible, and actually that's their only goal, to cause destruction. And now it's up to Spidey to take them down, but he also has to be Peter, just poor Peter. And he's homeless, and he's lonely, and he's tired. Another thing is the voice acting, and it's so good. Well, actually in today's voice acting is almost always top notch, but I still have to acknowledge it because of something like this.
Let's go!
MJ, I'm so worried!
Damn it!
You best play it cool, man.
And I'm pretty sure that this is the best version of Peter Parker himself that we've seen so far, at least me, in any Spider media. All of the actors give a very believable performance. I felt so invested in this world, so invested in fact that I couldn't just see a crime alert and pass by. I just had to help them.
It is my duty to protect this city. For fuck's sake.
But as much as I want to talk about the story, we have to talk about the gameplay at least. And oh boy, the gameplay is solid AF, dude. Oh my god. I don't think it's something that we've never seen before, in fact. But it's just really addictive, okay? And for example, the web swinging is the best I've seen. It's so smooth, so responsive. It's just like a joy to experience. You can run up walls, run on the side of the walls, zip yourself to a ledge and shoot yourself to gain speed, dive and swing up to gain height, or give yourself a boost forward. Do a regular web zip, you can charge jump, but that's locked behind a stupid skill tree. I honestly think that you should have gotten this skill at the beginning of the game, but that's just me, okay? If you fall, you can do a quick recovery, which is so useful. It's very fucking awesome. You can even do air tricks. air tricks. Like, I didn't use them at all, but you can do them and they're pretty good for photo mode. And most importantly, you can hang from the ceiling. It's like, this is the feature that you must have. Spider-Man hanging from the ceiling. And yeah, I'm not joking about that. It just feels so good to be web swinging around the city, and Spider-Man feels heavy, actually. It feels like a human swinging on a rope. At first I thought he was kind of slow swinging around, but by the end of the game you gain so much speed. It's so effortlessly done. It's the best web swinging mechanic we've ever had. Not like you're some kind of a feather rotating in a spiral. I don't know, just the Amazing Spider-Man game felt so weightless and weird. The combat also feels really smooth, like everything in this game feels so smooth, god damn it. You can kick, punch, web strike, you can do a web strike, you can yank enemies down, you can pull them up, you can make them sticky and stick them to a mailbox and then throw that mailbox at someone else, you can throw them off the rooftop.
But hey, Spidey no kill, so they get sticky to a wall.
You can dodge under, jump over, you can even kill your enemies. Yeah, I know I said
Spidey no kill,
but after a move like this, I don't think I would be alive. And with a gameplay like this, I've seen a lot of people criticizing it for being like the Arkham series, the Batman games,
The holy grail of gaming.
but I honestly think that it's much more open. For example, you may find yourself just web swinging and fighting like all over the place, and a lot of the enemies will spread out and will try to shoot you from a distance or throw grenades and stuff, and you can't just fly across the room and punch someone just by mashing square. No, instead you have to use your web strike. Instead of a counter, you have a dodge. Oh, and another thing you have is a lot of gadgets that you can use either during combat or stealth, but I find them actually very overpowered. Well, most of them anyways. I mean, you have your standard web shooters, which remind me of the PS1 days. You have the super strong web shooters, which send enemies flying across the whole fucking Manhattan. If you like that, you can just use your regular shockwave that will definitely give them a concussion or something. You can use electricity that's totally not killing them. You can throw a bomb. Wait. A web bomb. I'm sorry, that would have been lethal. You can make them stick to each other even. And you even have a spider drone. Dude, for fuck's sake, how much money did you steal from Doc Ock? Seriously? And on top of all that, you have these suit powers which you can activate. Some of them are pretty weird, to be honest, but I didn't even need them. And sometimes I actually forgot altogether about them because I was so overpowered playing as Spider-Man. Next up is the costumes. You have so many costumes to choose from. None of them are DLC, by the way. Okay, so apparently while editing this video, they just added 2 new suits. The bombastic Bagman suit and the Future Foundation suit. And that's not counting the suits from the DLC, the City That Never Sleeps. I think that's what it was called. Which are something I didn't even know I wanted. But they look fantastic, and each of them comes with a specific suit power. And while I'm on the topic of costumes, I was really disappointed by the endgame costume. But that's just my opinion, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna leave now. Sorry. And because this is an open world game, you have a lot of side activities, like poisoning yourself with toxic gas. taking photos of landmarks, collecting backpacks, taking photos of cat toys, chasing pigeons, taking photos of secret landmarks to get a bonus costume that I didn't even mention when I was talking about the costumes because I forgot about it, fixing radio towers, taking photos of shady people planning a bank heist, solving puzzles, searching for a garbage truck. Okay, that was just once, and a lot of more stuff to do. Okay, I wanna be honest with you guys. I usually prefer linear games instead of open world ones because I never found an open world game that really pulled me in and made me care about the open world at all. But this game is so different, you know? Every time there was a crime, I was always there to stop it. I just felt the need to help the people of New York, you know? It was so much fun just running around town and seeing how people reacted to you, and you can even greet them, you can high-five them, you can ride the subway for fuck's sake. The town itself felt very alive, and I just felt the need to help everyone. And by the way, I've completed this game twice, 100%, so I can just say it's awesome. Also, something about the side missions, most of them are actually very unique. For example, I'll use the Osborne stations. At first, you get this mission to go through some gas and take samples. Well, I thought that every station would be just like that, but it wasn't. And I really wanted to see how many different types of missions they would give me. By the end of completing the final station, I actually felt very satisfied because most of them were actually very unique. I really loved this open world that the game offered me. Another thing, if you wonder if this game looks good, it's simply the best looking game I've seen so far. Just, you can see so much detail being put into every single aspect of the game. The animations are so good. It really makes me feel like Spider-Man. God damn it, I always wanted to say that. So, my final thoughts on the game are that this is simply the best Spider-Man game I've played. The gameplay is as smooth as butter, it's a very enjoyable game. The game has a lot of different costumes, missions, and the main story is just a beautiful love letter to all Spider-Man fans. It's just the Spider-Man game I have been waiting for a very long time. I just can't recommend this game enough. Just buy it. If you don't have a PS4, just buy a PS4. If you have someone that has a PS4 but doesn't have this game, buy this game, go play it with him. It's an amazing game, okay? It's just so fucking good.
Side note.
The photo mode is fucking amazing. I love it. I have a whole fucking folder just Spider-Man photos on my laptop. Seriously. And if you wanna see my Spider-Man photos, just go to the link below. I'll make sure to leave a link. I don't know in which site though, maybe DeviantArt, I don't know. The boss battles, I found them actually very easy, even on the highest difficulty. And the final boss battle was very easy, like it was one of the easiest boss battles for a final that I've ever had, to be honest, but it was pretty dope, so I'm not complaining. I did experience some bugs, but I've never gotten any game breaking ones. Most of the bugs showed at Act 3, which was the most intense one as well, and the bugs that happened were just funny. Like, also I hear a lot of people hating on the Miles and MJ sections of the game. I thought that they were actually pretty good, but it felt almost as if I was playing a horror game at times. Ugh. And I don't think that Insomniac games ever disappointed me actually with a game. I've been introduced to them like 1 or 2 years ago, I don't remember how long, when I played the Ratchet & Clank HD collection for the PS3, and I've been a Ratchet & Clank fan ever since. Goddamn, I should replay these games, shouldn't I? Maybe that's my next opinion video. That's what I'm gonna call it, opinion video. Okay, now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take some spider photos. So tell me what you thought about the game in the comments, and as always,
Thanks for watching.
I don't have that deep of a voice. Goddamn, why am I embarrassing myself in front of millions and millions of subscribers, man? I mean, that sub count is so fucking good.